After a real ugly day where it felt like the rug got pulled out from under us. Let's try to remember that some stocks do get cheaper as they go lower. Take Kohl's, KSS, the department store chain that's become one of the most impressive turnaround stories out there. The company reported a phenomenal quarter earlier this month, and its stock has been a horse. It's up over 10% since we last spoke to the CEO in January. You know I'm a believer here. And I think this stock only does get more attractive as it goes down. Don't take it from me. Earlier today, we got a chance to sit down with Kevin Mansell. He's the chairman and CEO of Kohl's at one of its new small form stores. Take a look. Kevin, you're putting up the best same-store sales numbers. That 6.3 number was incredible. The holidays were great. What are you doing? It looks like traffic is huge here.
For sure. I mean, there are a number of really good stories in our income statement and our results, but I would say the number one priority for the company for the last 2 years has been around driving traffic. With the number of stores that we have to turn the tide on driving traffic, and that's fundamentally what happened in the fourth quarter. We had a great holiday because we outperformed on traffic.
It seems like you've got, you're going with the usual low price, but you've got some big brands here. And big brands at a price that are cheaper than a lot of other places. Just emphasize a couple of them and really hit it out of the park?
I think we did. I think generally, though, we built a national brand strategy, which was to provide customers more options and to really emphasize them within the store. So it was not only introducing new brands, you probably know we introduced a big one last year in Under Armour, but it was also amplifying some of the really big ones we already had. So whether it was active brands like Nike or Adidas, or more traditional brands like Levi's or Carter's or Van Heusen, and really bring them up in the store with more offering and, as you said, great value at the same time.
I've been a Sonoma buyer because I want the value, and my weekend clothes are Sonoma. We've got some great Sonoma here. Your private label often looks more expensive but cheaper than these national brands.
Well, I mean, one of the things that's great about Kohl's is while we've put a big spotlight on national brands in the last 18 to 24 months, we have a great balance. Over 40% of our business is our own proprietary brands. And some of the brands, you just mentioned one, Sonoma is a great example, have really started to perform better, driven by one thing. We know what we have to do better in our proprietary brands is improve our speed to market. So reduce the amount of time it takes us to get a product from our vision to the customer, and that's starting to make a difference.
Okay, when my wife and I order something wrong from Amazon, we got to package it up. We take it to a place that then ships it out. I usually have a line 6 deep. It bothers me immensely to have to repackage. When I look at your offering, your partnership with Amazon, all I can tell you is that I'm in and out, but while I come in, I go through the store. This has got to be this is the future. How's it working?
It's working great. I mean, we have a lot of innovation. We're sitting in one of our innovative ideas, which is a small store.
Okay.
But the Amazon pilot is definitely another one. We think that the ability of providing that service and doing it, as you said, in a seamless way, because it's got to be fast.
Right.
And then converting that traffic to Kohl's shoppers and purchases is a big idea. We're early. We're really early. We're a few months into it. But we know one thing for sure, the experience is amazing and people are using the service.
And it is, where I presume you have it, a traffic generator.
For sure. We think it's driving. The key thing on the traffic side, Jim, is it's got to be incremental traffic, right? Because if all that's happening is you and your wife are coming in with that return, and that's a visit you would have made anyway 2 weeks later, that doesn't really provide anything for us. So we just need a little more time to understand the incrementality.
Okay, I understand. My Kohl's does not have, we do have our Kohl's. My Kohl's does not have something that I find in the mall. Which is beauty. And I think looking your selfie best is the way you have to be, not Facebook, Instagram, But there does seem to me to be something that you can do in beauty that I think would drive traffic.
Yeah, no, there's no question. We have room to grow in beauty. We know we have the opportunity to make it happen. We're on a journey there.
Right.
We've improved the beauty business a lot, but is nowhere near where it has to be eventually.
Health and wellness, big theme.
Health and wellness is big throughout the store, and that was a stake in the ground we put over 2 years ago. And it's way beyond active apparel or active footwear, but it goes into our home areas, sleep well, eat well, just a healthy lifestyle. We know that that's how America wants to live in the future. And if we can become the destination for active and wellness, we think we've got a long-term strategy.
Well, let's talk about active and wellness when it comes to footwear. I see a lot of Nike, I see a lot of Adidas, and I see Under Armour. Is it possible that all of them are doing well?
They are. It's hard to believe, right? But it's just kind of, if you stick with where you just were, which is to say, hey, people are living differently today than they used to, and therefore the way they dress, is going along. So footwear and apparel, all three of those brands are doing phenomenally well. We had a great year with Nike, our number one brand in the store. We had the biggest increase with Adidas, which is growing fast. And then, of course, we had the amazing introduction over the course of the last year with Under Armour. So it lifted our overall active business up about 16% for the year.
Okay, one thing I really want to get to, the reliability of Kohl's. And most importantly, I don't know if people realize, but a lot of chains have had to close a lot of stores. It has been your ability to capitalize from their closings, and you don't seem to be opening and closing stores like the other guy.
Yeah, I mean, fundamentally, it's driven by two factors, right? Number one, on a physical basis, we're not in the mall. So a lot of the store closures you see are definitely mall-based, for sure. But there are other outside of the mall closing as well. I think our real estate's pretty fresh. We're freestanding, we're a strip center. We have a lot of flexible formats. So one of the reasons that we're in this store is to kind of show that the ability the company has to implement these formats anywhere is important.
I'm going to go back to the Amazon. Okay, so you have more than 1,000 stores. I know that a lot of the testing has already just started in January. Right. But we want this, Kevin. I can tell you we want this as consumers. Do you ever think you could blow it out to 1,000 stores?
Well, I think that the results will tell us, right? I mean, if the customer responds, they think it's a great experience, they use the service, but very importantly, it drives incremental traffic, then we're going to look to expand it. We're half of the equation, right? The other half is our pilot partner, and it has to work for them as well. So I'm sure they have their own criteria that they're looking at to see whether or not it's a success. But I think the core idea, which is to come up with innovative ways to drive more people into our stores, that's the big idea.
All right, last question. The consumer. Now, we're in Jersey where the taxes went the wrong way, but you've got stores all over the country. Is the consumer spending because they've got more money after tax reform?
I think the answer is yes. I think two things. I think businesses are investing more. Kohl's is a great example of that, right? We're investing more in our people. We're investing more in our omni-channel strategy aggressively. And I think from a consumer perspective, anything that puts more money in their pocket is an opportunity for us to tap into. So yeah, I think the answer is yes.
Well, I want to congratulate you. I know this is your last year. You're going out at an incredibly high note. And this stock, when you turn them like this, they don't go away after one quarter. I wish people realized that Kohl's remains a great buy, including when your successor takes over.
That's great. Thanks, Jim.
All right. That's Kevin Mansell. He's chairman, president, and CEO of Kohl's, a stock that we've been behind for a double, and there's a lot more coming. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you.
Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.